Have you checked the children?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Welcome back to the Horse Show, everybody. I'm Robert Duell.
And you got Jaime and Fuego here for another recent release review. This is one that was actually on a lot of 2019 best ofs, but unfortunately, I didn't get to it until after the fact, so wasn't
Likewise.
in consideration. But yeah, it's on Shudder as of now. So if you donate $4.99 to the cause of horror, you can watch it. And we're talking about Bliss. It is another film from the director of a alienish, like kind of almost Fire in the Sky sort of situation. Abduction, guy comes back, not quite the same. It was a film called Almost Human, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this is a drugged out, junkie, vampire, just
Straight up
head trip, man. This movie was a sight to behold. Solid acting, even if I wasn't necessarily the biggest on the character, but she embodied what she was supposed to, and great soundtrack and beautifully made, man. So if that's overall impressions, I was impressed with this film, and I definitely want to see what else the director's done. How about you?
Same. Like, I loved this movie a lot more than I thought I would. Like, even with the trailer, like, I dug the hell out of it. But once I started into the movie, I was there. I do definitely agree with you on what you're saying with our lead. In the beginning, for that first 20 minutes, I was not a fan of hers at all.
You're just getting the setup of how much of a piece of crap she is. She's lazy. She's not getting anything accomplished.
And going back to what we were saying, junkie vampires.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
That's
like,
all we have to say. Yeah, that's the premise, and it
Werewolves
embodies
for
it. So are you like not as much a fan of vampire films in
I
comparison?
like vampires, but to a degree. I've always been more of a werewolf guy.
Oh, okay.
And everything like that. It's just, again, it kind of boils back to this. They need that fix.
Yeah.
They always need that fix. I don't know. And they're prissy.
Yeah.
Some of them.
As somebody who has, adorned myself as a vampire or Dampier, a half-breed or whatever countless times, I love my vampire films, and, this definitely was, once it got going, a different spin on it, because it takes a little while to rev the engine and really give you the full scale
a slow
and
burn in
scope
the
of what's
beginning.
going on. It is. We get acquainted. I guess we'll segue into the story.
Yeah.
So there's this girl living in L.A., I'm assuming, and, yeah, she's down on her luck to the degree that, she's got, like, her stoner kind of boyfriend, but not really, that, she's rude to. She's late on rent. She has not turned over any work yet. Her agent dumps her at the very beginning, and so she, in turn, she gets frustrated, and she goes out drinking and partying, and she decides to relapse with some of the big H, man, and yeah, the scene especially, and we can definitely get into it once we're talking effects and just the style of the shooting and the filmmaking and whatnot. It's trippy when she relapses. It's very well done, and that's where it almost turns into this psychedelic fever dream for most of the rest of the way, and the tension builds as there's one very important encounter that I'm not sure if we should really like go into it. You see it in the trailers that she has this three-way, with this chick and with this guy. So that's in the trailers. We actually did a trailer reaction to this on the show.
Well, it's basically the biggest focal point of the story and everything,
the crux,
of where it happens and everything.
Yeah.
She is like, because obviously it's a vampire movie.
Yeah.
So that scene is where she is infected.
That's the turning point.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be on the nose
Yeah,
about
that was
it.
a hell of a scene. That was some trippy shit.
It was pretty sexy too, I gotta say.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, that's where I mean, she doesn't really know what's happened after that point, and they don't even really make it that obvious. It's not until like maybe midway through the second act when something happens in a bathroom
because she ends up
that
going
you really know what's going down.
Yeah, because there's one scene like when she's trying to figure everything out. She goes to her buddy's house and ends up picking up this that brick of cocaine mixed with DMT. Okay,
Yeah. Sure, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that basically starts like doing her thing, and then slowly spirals down into her little madness, and once that engine revs and we get there, it goes.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, performances, I had issues with her at times, but it was not as much her acting. It was really just the type of character that she was written as. And so, in hindsight and a little more consideration, maybe it was more how she was written as opposed to the quality of her performance for me. So.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. And it was kind of the same part with me. It was hard to kind of feel the sympathy a little bit for her just because of how rude she was. Like she was a crap person.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people bending over backwards for her.
Yeah, trying to help her, and
and she pushes them all away.
Yep,
you know?
just crapping all over him.
Yeah, I did like the
best friend that's porting Clive.
I liked him a lot, actually.
He was
you
awesome.
just watched him in something else, right?
Well, no, I've noticed him from After Midnight.
Okay.
A review actually that Marsha and Cecil just recently got done, so keep an eye out on for that one.
Very cool. So yeah, he was good in the scenes.
I dug him a lot.
Effective, and I mean, even though he wasn't the most like savory person himself, you could
even in the beginning, you kind of didn't like him.
You could, and especially as she is becoming more like, is it dope sick? Is it something else? He doesn't really know what's going on.
Yeah, he's actually just trying to help her out.
Yeah, he genuinely cares, and it really came off once she is like turning and having trouble and going through the whole can I resist this thing and just having the weird spells of painting and everything, and this master work of hers is just coming along, and she's not even remembering doing some of it. And
I'll say one thing real quick though, that final shot we get of that painting was disturbingly beautiful.
It really was.
Like that was cool. And that first painting monologue that we got, I was definitely underwhelmed.
Yeah.
With what we got, because I'm expecting this whole big old thing. It's like, no, it's just background.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Did you do that for 8 hours? What the hell?
Yeah, once it gets filled out, though, with that shot that Robert was saying, I mean, it's effective. And maybe that is a good segue into just the look of the film, the design of the film, and stuff like that. This huge, sprawling painting that is in this, like, loft workspace of hers, it's still cool, but there's this grimy grunginess to the entirety of the film. It feels very, like, lived in and dirty and almost drugged out and
the
stuff.
The drug underworld, basically, of New York or LA, where they're at and everything. Yeah,
and there was George
parties,
and there was George went at that one house for whatever reason. And I was like, "What's Norm doing here?"
Yeah,
like,
Oh, Norm.
I thought that was kind of funny, but
it was nice to see him though.
Yeah, and then the different like punk and metal bars that she frequents, and that is one thing that I will say, the couple that she meets up with, this mysterious couple, I actually thought their acting was like solid.
They weren't actually bad at all.
Yeah, but the punk bars and these like seedy gothy type places that they're going to, I mean, they're all shot very well. The lighting is great. It just gives that gothic, morbid kind of just, I don't know,
drugged out
sort
psychedelic
of
kind of It's like I was telling him off camera. It's like at certain points in the movie, I actually felt like I was on drugs.
Yeah,
like they open up with a warning if you're epileptic. Like, you don't watch this movie or be very careful. And then, like, right there in the opening credits, I would have been dead if I had epilepsy.
Yeah,
that was some hardcore stuff right there.
It was visceral, man. And also, I mean, even like the way the camera would spin around her, like from this above perspective, like some of the times that she used, and, and was like borderline tripping out from the stuff.
Well, that first time when she got that first scene and everything when she went to her dealer's house, that whole scene, like with that twist camera, that was nuts. Yeah,
and there are iconic shots that you see in the trailer of her with the sunglasses on, blood on the face, cruising around the city. It all looks really dope, man. So dope is actually kind of a funny term for using it. But as far as other sorts of dopeness, I love the soundtrack to this.
I did.
This movie,
I will say one thing that band at the bar
they weren't
sucked.
They weren't very good.
Holy crap!
But the kind of like thrash and like hardcore that she was listening to when she was painting was great. And then there was like when the band was when there weren't bands playing in some of these bars, when she's like hopping around with her blondie buddy that she's reconnecting with, who never returns her phone calls. When she sees her at the party, she's all mad. You never return my phone calls, blah blah blah. But there's like some doom metal in here. I mean, some nice hardcore punk, and I mean, for the most part, even if I was ill impressed with the band that played, I'm totally with you.
Oh yeah, no, the soundtrack was solid.
Yeah.
Aside from that live band, I don't know what the hell they were trying to do.
Yeah, and the girl, even when they walk into the bar, she's like, "They better not suck."
Yeah, I know, right? Well, there's a given they suck.
Yeah, was that deliberate? I don't know, but yeah, man. As a whole, I was quite entertained by this movie, and I guess we didn't really mention practical and gore and stuff like that. It does take a while to get to it, but once it's there, some of the kills are very solid, very bloody, and I mean, there's a lot of nudity in this movie too, if that's your thing. So added plus if you're that sort of horror
Lots
fan.
of blood and boobies.
Like writhing around in blood,
Yeah,
naked and stuff.
yeah,
I mean, I'm like, is this a Danzig music video or something that Trent Reznor would have commissioned in the '90s? It had that goth sensibility that I appreciate.
But it worked. It worked very well though, and for what they were trying to go for.
I also liked the ending a lot.
I
thought the
dug
ending
the
was
hell out of
very
the ending,
effective,
yep.
man. And although I must say, the thing that happens, well, I guess I can't say. I'll have to ask you off camera because
we'll
of the fact
say
that
we'll say
it was
this
a certain
though.
rule that hadn't really been addressed throughout the entirety of the film.
True.
And so that's where I was kind of like, huh, okay.
But we'll go back to a quick tip on
is profound.
on Lost Boys. No two vampires
true.
died the same.
True.
So
Good
just
point.
keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And that I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
That little bit of detail and everything, just perfect.
Yeah, there's a little hardcore chick kind of fight moment too.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was.
That
It
that
really
was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I couldn't really necessarily take that super seriously.
No.
But the
Nonetheless.
ending effect was neat.
Yeah.
I liked it. And
Yeah,
then,
it
but
was.
yeah, like you said, the ending was. I was very satisfied with that ending.
Nice.
There was no other way really. I think they could have ended it, or that they should have necessarily.
True. Yeah, well, on point, man. And if you guys are down with this, once again, it's on Shudder, streaming exclusively there. I'm not sure if you can still VOD it on other places, but I mean, for about what you would pay to VOD it, you would probably spend the same for a full month of Shudder, where there's so much other awesome stuff to check out.
And they're still
there.
adding more. They just added a bunch of new stuff. I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
So.
Shudder is the shiznit, and no, they don't sponsor us. That's just us as horror fans gushing about them for a little bit. So I've been Jaime and Fuego, and we want to thank all of you peeps for just tuning into this. Make sure to check out our Patreon. The link and the information below if you want to tell us what to do, reviews, commentaries, all that coolness. Boogie Box if you want to really just get some curated stuff from us. But once again, I've been Fuego,
Robert Duell.
and until next time, Fright fans, remember, stay scared.